The Dusan Vlahovic saga rumbles on, Gab. Reports suggest that Arsenal could meet the asking price, but his agents are the big turn-off here.
They are. Now, my understanding is that, with Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah leaving, obviously Alba, even if Alba stays and they have to keep paying him, they could meet his demands, his wage demands. And obviously the fee is going to be big. There's talk of 70 million euros, could be a little bit less, bonuses, whatever. But the issue is the agents. And we've talked about this before, but the numbers that are out there are something like 15 to 20 million euros in commission now to make this deal happen. Plus, they want 10% on a future sale.
Which is really unusual from
Which is extremely unusual.
The commission, you can, okay.
And it creates a pretty dangerous precedent as well. And this is what's turned off a lot of clubs. My understanding is that a lot of clubs have inquired about Vlahovic, from Bayern to Spurs. Obviously, that would be a Harry Kane situation. To Manchester United, to Real Madrid. Not that they said we want to buy him.
But of course, what's the deal here? Yeah.
Even your boys, even Nasser has been in touch.
Of course, yeah.
And then when they hear from these agents, they're like, well, we're not going to do that. And somebody put this to me very, very well. Because his agents say, well, we're charging market rates. They're in line with market rates, right? They're in line with market rates if your first name is Mino and your last name is Raiola, and you're moving Erling Haaland. Vlahovic is great, but he's not Erling Haaland, not yet. No. Secondly, when Erling Haaland moved, there was he had a release clause. So from Leipzig, they were only going to get from Salzburg. It was only 20 million.
Yeah.
So obviously then there's more money that goes to the agent. And on top of that, Mino Raiola has got a ton of pull because he's got players all over, because he helps move players and whatever. These guys who look after Vlahovic do not. That's why they can't charge that kind of money. And it's tough on the player. I hope it doesn't end. He's got 18 months to go.
They will see sense, surely.
I hope it doesn't end up with him just sitting on the bench or getting injured or whatever else, because he either needs to commit to Fiorentina or he needs to come up and say, I want to go now, and say it clearly. But he's having the best season of his career.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one. We won't see Paul Pogba for a few weeks, and I think we're in agreement that he's in no rush to make up his mind. But, Jules, I was intrigued by this.
Yeah?
L'Equipe says he's most likely to return to Paris Saint-Germain.
That's not really what they say, and it's not a return either. Although you mean a return to Paris, where he was born. Is that what you mean?
Well, what, was you going to go play for Red Star Paris?
Well, no, but he can't return to PSG when he never played for them.
Return to Paris.
Okay, return to Paris.
He's Paris born and bred.
So basically, this is
with a bit of Le Havre thrown in, if I'm not mistaken.
Juventus, Real Madrid and PSG are the three clubs really who are the most interested in him now, with United of course still being a possibility that he stays. There's a contract on the table. He will make his mind up, as we say, in the summer. But I think he would like the idea of going back to Paris and play for PSG. And I think PSG in that sort of reshuffle in midfield, I think, again, as a free agent, could be interesting for them. So we'll have to see. I would love it. I would love it. Paul, come back home, brother. Come back home.
I thought you were containing yourself there,
back.
But yes. Meanwhile, Arsenal are heavily linked with Juve's Arthur in midfield, at least in terms of reports. Yeah. But Manu Petit said they should go for Gini Wijnaldum. Manu Petit, not just very handsome, a man after my own heart, which of course, though that can't happen because I've already decided he's going back to Anfield on loan. Any of this makes sense? Any of this happening? Because to me, none of this makes sense.
No, but they need a player like Arthur. They need a Jorginho or Douglas Luiz, someone who is...
that's not Arthur.
No, but someone who...
Arthur's the little cartoon character with the glasses.
Yeah, I know, but you play a holding midfielder and you just pass the ball and you dictate the play. This is not Gini's game.
But
that's not what they do. That's not what they do. They can't play in front of the back four. That's not what and that's not the profile.
Lokonga, El Neni.
But that's not the profile. The profile, Wijnaldum is not the profile that Arteta is looking for right now. The profile is a Jorginho type of player.
Not Arthur.
Not as good. It's not as good, but you get the idea. I don't know if Arthur will happen. I don't know who will happen. They want someone on loan because then Partey and then they're going to come back. So there's no point spending 30 or 40 million on midfield.
But that frees Wijnaldum up to go to Liverpool.
I've been advocating. Would love that, of course. You've got 2 more weeks and then is yours.
Not just Philippe Coutinho, but Luca Dean too?
Yes.
Aston Villa is serious, Jules.
They are 25 million on my friend Luca, which I think I think it's a fair price for someone like him. Yeah, I know, I think 25 million for a really talented French international left back
But don't they
28.
already have a very good left back?
But clearly, they think this one is better than Matt
Do
Target.
you think he's better?
I think he's a bit harsh on Target. I have to be honest.
Okay, thank
I
you.
really do. But if you really want an upgrade, I think Ding is an upgrade on Target. Then yeah, that would cost you 25 million. So maybe you could have spent that money somewhere else. Maybe they still have more money to spend somewhere else. But I think Coutinho and Ding, Ding for sure. Coutinho, I'm still waiting to see what kind of form he is, shape, match fitness, all of that. But potentially, it's very good, yeah. Newcastle, meanwhile, Gab, have signed Chris Wood from Burnley for £25 million. Yeah, that's £25 million. He's 30 years old, scored 3 goals this season. Yes, that's 3 goals this season. That feels a lot of money, right?
I mean, he was in double figures last year and scored a bunch of goals the year before. But that was within a certain system and a certain style of play at Burnley, which might not suit here. I don't want to be mean to Chris Wood, but he does strike you as the kind of striker that works when you play a certain way. Now, if they're thinking of him as a replacement for Callum Wilson, I don't know. There is the big benefit to the team, though, that you're signing Chris Wood and you're really weakening Burnley. Because I think you know, we've Ashley Barnes has been in and out. I know they have
Rodriguez and Vidra.
And they have the guy who's been scoring all the goal, but help me out, I'm blanking on his name.
Cornet.
Maxwell
Maxwell the
Cornet.
AFCON.
Oh, but it's not like they go to Africa and they never come back.
No,
right?
they will come back, but he's not there now. So no Cornet, no Wood, no Barnes.
I think the idea is weaken Burnley so that we can stay up and that they're taking a longer view. Yeah. I hope that's the idea.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.